All right. Good morning, everyone. Hello and welcome, my friends, to the PreStream podcast. I'm Darkside Phil, and I'm excited for today. Man, we got so much stuff going on right now. Pretty much out of nowhere, because when I left you guys back on Monday, right, we were in the end of a month. That was a pretty dead month for quite a lot of stuff. Just being honest here, okay? And I'm excited now because we're heading into a new month. Today's June 1st, 2022. All right, we've got all kinds of fun new stuff going on, right? We do, absolutely. We got big gaming news to talk about today. This is an exciting week because this week we got a big amount of variety coming up in the kind of content that I'm going to be putting out for you guys. We got a new membership goal. I almost said subscriber goal. A new membership goal to talk about today, and it's a 2-tiered goal for the month of June. Very exciting. Very exciting, my friends. So, who's ready to hear about all of that? Who's ready? Absolutely nobody. All right, fine. Instead, we're going to talk about Chex Mix snacks. I love them. Let me tell you something about Chex Mix. All right? The unique combination of Chex cereal, usually with some kind of a coating or seasoning, but being able to get that in so many varieties. You know, they have the little baguette bread pieces or pretzel pieces. Mwah. Okay, obviously I'm kidding. But anyway, welcome everyone. I hope you all had a good day away, by the way. Yesterday was my day off, which we're going to talk about in the Phil's Day Off segment, which I like to call Phil's Day Off. And I hope that all of you had a good chance to relax and maybe get caught up on the stuff on DSP Gaming. If you did, great. I hope you enjoyed. I know a lot of people actually left comments on the videos, which I went through and approved. Excuse me. By the way, since we are in June, this is Pride Month, and so I want to give a shout out to that and just reassure everyone and let everyone know that here on YouTube, on DSP Gaming, everyone is welcome. I don't care how you identify yourself. That is your own business, your decision. And you know what? I've always been of the opinion that everyone on this planet has the right to happiness. There's no one who has the right to tell you how to live your life or how to do things or what's right and what's wrong in regards to your own happiness. It's ridiculous. It's bullshit, actually, that people think that they have that ability, that they know better than everyone else. It's some of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard in my life. The older I get, the more open-minded I get in regards to the fact that a lot of people around me when I was younger were very kind of obstinate about stuff, and I realize now how dumb that was, all right? So, everyone is welcome to the streams. Everyone is welcome to the videos, and it will always be like that, all right? I don't put up with any baloney in my stream chat or my video comments, that's for sure. Okay. Now, my friends, and here's, look at this right here. We actually have an insulting person who just got banned. I told you, I knew it would happen. The second I mentioned it, here come the idiots, right? Well, get out. Okay, we got so much to talk about today. We really do. We got an exciting week coming up. Obviously, the Phil's Day Off segment people like to hear. Oh, we got game news. We actually have big game news this morning about Sonic Frontiers and the new Pokemon game. It's Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, right? So we have many things to discuss. Where do you start? Oh, yeah, at the beginning. Why not? Why don't we just go into a little segment I like to call Phil's Day Off? That way we can get that out of the way and we can start talking about the schedule for the week and all the new fun upcoming stuff because, man, this is a really cool week, okay? All right, so yesterday was my day off from streaming, but as I was actually kind of telling you guys all week, this was not going to be a relaxing day off for me in any way, shape, or form. I had so much to do yesterday in a very short period of time. And just to extrapolate upon that, it ended up being incredibly frustrating. The first half of my day, I guess I should elaborate here. Although, just so everyone knows, sadly, you guys know the state of the internet. You know the state of the stalkers and shit all over me and my family. I can't just tell you guys details. All I could do is kind of talk in generalities. So I hope you're okay with that. So, yesterday, first of all, unlike usual, we actually had an appointment that we had to get to pretty early on which usually doesn't happen. Usually if we have appointments on our day off, it's like in the afternoon, but we have one in the morning. So knowing that, we basically had to completely shift our schedule around from how I usually do things. Usually on my day off, first thing I do in the morning is I get up and I'll usually like pump a coffee, but then I'm out the door and to go grocery shopping. And I grocery shop while my wife gets ready for our day off. And then we go out together after I'm done with the groceries. That way it's out of the way. Well, in this case, we had a really early appointment, so there was no time to go grocery shopping first. So basically we were like, okay, get ready, out the door right away. Excuse me. Went to our first of 2 appointments for the day. I told you how busy it was going to be. Got that done. Then we basically did our usual errands, like we did some pet supply shopping. I'm trying to remember the exact order of events of what we did. After that, we went and did grocery shopping. And again, every single week now when we go grocery shopping, we look at the bill and we're like, we didn't get anything over the top extravagant. We're not buying lobster and crab. You know what I'm saying? We're not buying high-end Angus beef. We're actually buying all the cheapest store brand ingredients for our recipes and things that we do. And the bill is still ridiculous every week when we go grocery shopping. Like, damn, man. This is, everyone in this country must be really feeling the pinch of this bad inflation. Because it's getting worse and worse every week. It ain't getting better. It's actually getting worse and worse. There's some things I notice every week. I look, I'm like, did that go up a quarter? Did that go up 50 cents from last week? Yeah. In fact, one of the things that is always has been kind of over the top expensive, but I need to do for my own health, I have to drink cherry juice, tart cherry juice, every day. Why? Because I have a uric acid level condition in my blood. It's called gout, okay? And what happens is if I eat too much of the wrong things, like red meat, shellfish, really fatty foods, or if I drink too much, meaning alcohol, I can get a giant flare-up that causes my entire foot or joints to swell up and fill with uric acid crystals that are incredibly painful. It feels like someone is stabbing me repeatedly. All right, now the good news is I've had this under control for many years, mostly because I changed my diet and because of things like I drink tart cherry juice every day. So tart cherry juice is not cheap, okay? It used to be around $3 for a container of it. That's about 2 big glasses. So each container would last about 2 days because I have 1 big glass at dinner. And that tart cherry juice, why do I drink it? It actually keeps your uric acid levels down and it stops inflammation. So it's a double kind of medicinal thing. Okay? Excuse me. So it used to be $3 a container. It's like $1.50 a day. Now, I'm not kidding you. For the cheapest one, it's $5 a container. In 1 year, it increased by over 50% cost, right? Now, on top of that, a lot of the times I'm noticing the stores don't have everything in stock like they're supposed to. So there may be a week when they don't have it. I have to buy a ridiculously expensive, like, premium brand of it, which I'm not kidding. Wait till you hear this. The premium brand of this can cost $9 a fucking bottle. It's been so bad that there's actually been some weeks where I've actually skipped drinking it. And there was one time last year, for an entire week when the prices were going up, I said, I'm going to try not drinking it. That was the worst decision I ever made because I got a flare-up. And it was an excruciatingly bad flare-up. It was in direct relation to me not having this cherry juice in my system. And since then, I was like, I just don't care how much it costs. I have to get it, no matter what. So, it sucks. Because, number one, by the way, I don't like it. It doesn't taste good. It's like taking my medicine for the day every day at dinner. But it's just something I have to do to stop a medical condition that I have. It's one of the ways that I alleviate it. So, that being said, yeah, we're feeling it just like everybody else. Everyone is feeling it. Every time you go shopping, it's like, why is the bill so expensive? Why is it, way more than it was, a year and a half ago? Pre-COVID, oh my God. Pre-COVID, I'm not exaggerating. The cost of us going grocery shopping from pre-COVID to now is probably about 60 to 70% more expensive. And that's us buying the same exact products or cheaper. We went to store brands over the more expensive brands to save money, and with still that much more of an increase. So to all of you out there, I'm feeling it just like you, and I wish you the best, and I hope that everyone's making do. It's bad out there right now, okay? By the way, I have a small political comment to make here, and then I swear to you I'll move on. So, right now, currently in the United States of America, we are facing record high inflation. Everyone's feeling the pinch. We have major issues with mass shootings all over this country. Gun control is being demanded right now, not asked for nicely, demanded by a large part of our populace here. We want something to change to stop these mass shootings. What was our president doing yesterday? He was meeting with BTS, the K-pop band, under the guise, oh, well, they're going to talk to us about important Asian relation issues and things going on with the Asian community. Yes, because I think of BTS when I think of an authority on Asian issues. I'm not kidding you. This is true. You can look it up. This is what President Biden was doing yesterday. By the way, it's not like the other side of the political aisle's any better. Multiple times, President Trump, when he was president, decided to meet with Kanye West and other people. It's a joke. It's a three-ring fucking circus. Our government is a hideous joke. And so here we all are, the normal people, right? We're the ones who have to face giant inflated prices. We can't get good health care. We're getting shot up by fucking mass shootings, and we're demanding our government take action, and this is what our government does with their time. So I wonder why nothing happens. Anyway, that was my one political comment for the day. Just had to get it off my chest. Okay. Now we can move on. All right? Let's move on and talk about the rest of my day off. So, we went grocery shopping. After that, I'm trying to remember, again, the order of events. So, that's right. So, we had another appointment after that. Now, this is one, it is such a rigmarole, all right? And again, I don't want to talk too much specifically about anything because sadly people will fucking try to get personal information and or basically just say insulting stuff about me. But essentially, did you ever have one of those situations where you thought something was going to go very smoothly, and by all accounts, it should have gone very smoothly, and you listened to what everyone around you told you to do to make something go very smoothly, and then when you actually go to do it, it couldn't be further away from how you expected it to go. So we're in a situation where we had to go to a certain place at a certain time. We go there. Oh, this is the wrong place. You're supposed to go down the street. We go down the street. No, this is the wrong place. I don't know why they told you to come here. You got to go back. So we go back and they say, no, we insist that's where you got to go. Oh, wait, we actually told you the wrong thing. You were supposed to go to this other place. Like, what? So we go to this other place, can't find it. Where is it? Finally find it. Go inside. Oh, you're in the right place. Great news. But bad news is you have to wait an hour. So something that we thought on our day off, our one day off a week, was going to maybe take 15 minutes. No exaggeration, took about 3 hours of our day. Now, the good news is, by the end of the 3 hours, all right, at least it got taken care of. Let's put it that way. But man, the hoops we had to jump through, and we were driving in circles. I was like, what the frick, man? This is supposed to be our day off. You would think, oh, someone works 6 days a week full time. Their day off is a nice, relaxing day when they get to have time with their family and friends, when they get to do fun, meaningful things. It's like, this is our day. Now, by the way, so we didn't finish with all that shit I'm telling you of, okay? We didn't finish with all of that until almost 6 p.m., right? And we got up early for our first appointment. So finally, we come home, and we're hungry as shit now. We're like, we gotta, let's order some food. We didn't even get to eat out. Remember we told you we were gonna eat out at a Mexican restaurant? Like, that was our plan. We were so tired, we were like, fuck this, let's just go home, and we'll just order food because we're so tired and exhausted from a stressful day. So we ended up just coming home and ordering food. The good news is we did order Mexican food like we had wanted. I believe, what did Kat get? Oh, she got tacos al pastor, For those who don't know, the al pastor preparation of pork is when they take the pork and they heavily marinate it and slow cook it. Now, traditional al pastor, isn't it? I believe they put it on that giant rotating, would you even call that? The spike or whatever? I think what they do, they take the layers of pork and they wrap it around and then they marinate and slow cook. They're basting it all day and then they cut it off. Now, I don't know if they actually do that in Mexican restaurants today. Probably not. They probably just marinate pork in another way. But yeah, so she had the tacos al pastor and she was like, oh my God, they're so amazingly good. I got shrimp enchiladas. Yeah, which I never had before. I've had enchiladas with like chicken, stuff like that. I never had it with shrimp. It's a little different. When they do them with shrimp, what they do is they put, instead of the red sauce, they put an a la crema sauce, which is like a white, creamy, cheesy sauce. And it was pretty good with the shrimp. I was thinking maybe the red sauce, the Mexican red sauce, wouldn't go that well with shrimp, but they put the other sauce on and it was actually really, really good. So, we had a nice meal, which was nice. It was a really good meal. We were very pleased with how the meal was. And then, basically for the rest of the night, we just kind of relaxed. Nope. Nope, that didn't happen. We had to prepare, for heat. And what I mean by that is, yesterday actually was a pretty warm day here in Washington State. And it's funny because we were preparing for heat for like the week, because all week long, the forecast here in Washington State was that it was supposed to be either in the mid to high 70s or the low 80s degrees Fahrenheit, that is, by the way, which is warm for here. Usually we don't have warmth that much here in Washington State. And when that happens, the homes out here were built to retain heat. So if it's 80 degrees outside, it's probably about 95 degrees inside, okay? So we wanted to make sure that we were ready for that. Last year, during the summertime, we had insanely record high heat here in Washington State. It was 111 degrees one day, which is the highest it's ever been recorded. And they're basically saying, hey, it's global warming. We might not get heat like that again right away, but expect higher temperatures than we ever had before. It's just going to keep happening. So this year, we prepared. Earlier in the year, we already got another air conditioner. So now I have an air conditioner here. I have an air conditioner in the room across the hallway, and now we have an air conditioner for the bedroom. So what happens is we turn everything on, okay? And now all the cold air is on the top floor and pushes down the stairwell down to the bottom floor. What happened previously was we only had 2 air conditioners, and it wasn't enough to push the air downstairs. So the top floor would be cool and the bottom floor would be hot as shit, all right? This is what happened last year. It sucked ass, okay? So what's funny is we're preparing. We had all this preparation, right? So last night we're like, oh, it's going to get hot. You know, we're being told it's going to get really, really hot here in Washington State. So we're going to install all the air conditioners. So we did. We actually made sure that all the air conditioners in the house, you know, I'd previously put mine in here last week, but we installed all the air conditioners in the house now, okay? So we're ready for the heat. We're good to go. We are like, yes, bring it on. I look at the weather, guess what? It's only going to be like 72, and then it's going back down to the 60s. So the weather that they had said like 2 days before was wrong as fuck. Now everything's cool again. So in reality, we didn't have to rush to install all the air conditioners. It's nice that they're in. So now if we have a hot day or night, we can cool the house down. But it just sucks that we kind of like ran to do it. We were in a big rush. Oh God, let's get it done on our day off. Of all days, the day off when we're already stressed out and busy. That's the day we wanted to do it, but whatever. It's done now, okay? So after that, so now I'm not even kidding, it's probably like 8, 9 p.m. We finally sat down for the first time in the entire day off, and for like maybe 2-3 hours, we watched some Master Chef, and we relaxed, and we had a good time together, actually. At that point, I actually tweeted out, I was like, wow, I'm actually relaxing with my wife, and we're having a good time. It took that long to get to that point, though. So, there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Phil's day off. Okay. Very exciting segment. All right. By the way, I'm about to get to the schedule for the week. which is a very exciting week coming up. We got a lot of stuff, really fun stuff coming up this week, variety stuff that normally wouldn't be in the normal schedule. This week is far from just being gameplay, that's for sure, okay? But that being said, we have something new to discuss because today is June 1st, 2022, and with a new month comes a new round of goals for the channel. So, this morning, ladies and gentlemen, I am announcing the new membership goals for DSP Gaming for the month of June. For the first time ever in the year that I have been here on YouTube, we're doing a tiered goal system because now there are gifted memberships. So what does that mean? It means that if we hit our first level of memberships that I'm looking to hit for this month, we get a big reward. If we hit a tier 2 goal after that, there's another reward on top of it. So there's potential for 2 special events rather than just one, as I usually do. Why are we doing that this month? Because there's gifted memberships. Whenever there's gifted memberships, when they were gifted subs over on Twitch and now here on YouTube, if you guys haven't noticed, people like supporting the channel but helping others at the same time. They're motivated to help out when it means that someone else is also getting a positive benefit. So, I will strongly urge you guys, if you are someone who watches these streams live and you have not yet done so, enable the ability to accept a gifted membership. Because I fully believe that within the next few days, now that I'm about to announce these goals, people are going to get excited and you might have some people starting to gift memberships to try to reach them. Okay? Okay, let's talk about the goals so you guys know what's going on. So, the tier 1 membership goal for the month is 575 members. For the record, we're currently at 532, which is the most we've ever had on this channel. We are currently at the highest. And this, actually, I was shocked this morning. Because I came in here and I looked, I was like, wait a minute. We're at 532? We didn't lose any during my day off. We lost none. That means anyone whose membership expired, they came right back and renewed it. I was like, wow. Now, I mean, this could be one of many factors. It could just be that maybe almost no memberships expired during my day off. Or it could be that maybe you guys are actually liking what I'm doing around here. You like the variety. You're excited for new stuff and you want to keep your memberships. I don't know what it is. All right? But anyway, awesome. Whatever the reason is, thank you guys for the support. We're at the highest we've ever been. All right? So, this first tiered reward at 575 members, all right, which I feel is reasonable. 40 members with the ability to gift memberships is very viable. It was very hard to get that many new members when I didn't have gifted memberships. But now I know it's viable. Now, by the way, something I should point out here. I received gifted memberships about halfway through May. At that time, within like 2 days, I had like 100 gifted memberships. We will likely have a giant dip in memberships around mid-June. So, if we're looking to hit this goal, and you are interested in possibly helping the channel out in any way, whether by becoming a member yourself or gifting memberships, it's going to make a lot more sense to do that sooner rather than later. Because if we wait till halfway through the month, all of a sudden there's a giant dip in memberships. Now it's going to become kind of unfeasible to hit the goal. All right? As always, please understand that not everything is set in stone. You know, there are things that change on the fly all the time. We'll see what happens between now and then. But what I'm saying is for now, it would make more sense if people wanted to see membership goals hit to work on it now than wait and then have it dip and now we're like, oh my God. You know? So, what is the tier 1 membership goal for the month? The tier 1 membership goal. I know this will be a Reddit clip. I don't give a fuck. Reddit can go suck my ass. The tier 1 membership goal is as follows. If we hit 575 members, it is the return of the Viewer's Choice playthrough. Yes. 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 We have not done a Viewer's Choice event in a long ass fucking time. Really long time. Okay? What is Viewer's Choice? If we hit this milestone, it means that everyone, both members and non-members, will have the opportunity to nominate a game that I'm going to be doing a full playthrough of right here on DSP Gaming over the summer. And the thing is, this summer actually right now is looking pretty empty for game releases. So this is a prime time to be doing a Viewer's Choice playthrough, okay? Now, likely I will put some criteria down, and what I mean by that is I'm not going to be doing any insanely long JRPGs that take 90 hours to beat. No, I'm not going to be doing a visual novel that I have to read straight because there's no voice acting and it takes me 40 months to beat. I'm looking for a game that's like a normal game, okay? Normal, meaning we can probably play it over the months of, like, say, July, August, into the hardcore gaming season of September, and not have it being a lingering playthrough that I never finished. Okay? Okay. So, already I'm sure you guys are going to start having ideas, okay? Now, the way it will work is thus. If we hit 575 members, 2 threads are going to go up immediately. There will be 1 thread on the main channel page of DSP Gaming, and this will say, hey, everyone, publicly nominate games you want to see. With some criteria, like I just mentioned, I'll put those criteria up so people understand what's eligible, what's not. But then there's going to be a separate thread for members only. So, channel members, all 575 of them, will have privilege and priority to nominate games as well. What will happen is that members poll will likely run for about a week or week and a half, that members thread. Then I'll turn it into a poll for whatever the top nominated games were, or actually, you know what I could do? Just see what were the top nominated games, like tally them up. So, what will happen is, after about a week or 2 of that running, we're going to do a poll. And it's going to be the top nominated games from the public thread and whatever was the top nominated game from the members thread into one final poll of, say, like 4 games or something like that. And you guys will start to vote. And then whatever game wins, that's going to be a full-on playthrough that I'm going to be doing right here on streams and, of course, on demand on DSP Gaming. Okay? We've done this many times before in the past. It has worked out really well. Some examples of games that I've played: the Yakuza series, the Danganronpa series, the Persona series, Super Mario Sunshine, Sonic 2006, Spyro the Dragon, Crash Bandicoot. I mean, just to name a few. I could probably sit here for like an hour rattling off every viewer's choice playthrough that I've done. Recently, games like Fallout New Vegas, okay? That kind of stuff. Really good stuff. Really fun stuff that likely I never would have played without viewer's choice or viewer guidance. Some genres there I never even heard of until you guys nominated them for me to play. And now my eyes have been opened and I play all the new releases from those franchises, right? So, I'm excited for this. I hope you guys are too. It's the return of a big event that people liked in the past and always supported. I hope that we'll see some support this month. So again, if you want to see the return of viewer's choice, please consider becoming a member. And by the way, this is not the real 1 Minute Man. I'm just going to ban them right now. This is some idiot trying to impersonate him. So, goodbye. So, either consider becoming a member or, you know, give some memberships, which is now available here on the channel. That's how you can work towards this goal. Now, there is a tier 2 goal. Okay? There is a tier 2 goal. What is it? I'm not revealing that yet. Actually, I'm going to tell you what it is, but I'm not going to reveal how many members it'll be. Let's put it that way. But there will be a tier 2 goal. Once we've hit the tier 1 goal, then we can focus on it. But what will it be? Well, it's going to give you the ability to essentially select the next React event that I want to do. All right? The React stuff that I've been doing has been doing really well. Just this week, we got 2 Reacts coming up. Tomorrow, I'm reacting to the Sony State of Play press conference. And then on Saturday, we got me reacting to the John and Howard video, which we're going to talk about in a bit, because I got a bit to say about that. So, yeah, I'm excited for this. And I like the variety of content that I'm doing. I like the fact that we're kind of mixing it up. Later on this month, there'll be even more Reacts. There's going to be, whatchamacallit? Me reacting to the Summer Games Fest, and then also to the Xbox and Bethesda Showcase, as long as everything goes according to plan. I don't know, you know, if anything bad could happen as a result of doing these. People have told me it seems like there's just everyone does it and it's no problem. You can just do it. So I guess I will and see how it goes. I hope there's no issues, you know, but everyone else is doing this, right? So you'd think that it would be safe to do, right? Okay. My nose is bothering me. Allergies. Oh, that's one thing I forgot to talk about during the Phil's Day Off segment. Dude, allergies this year not only are so bad, the pollen outside is out of control. Like, it's June now, and we have pollen exploding outside like it's the first day of spring. Like, yesterday, my wife and I are out. Like I told you, we were out for all day pretty much doing all these errands and appointments. And it looks like it's fucking snowing. All that cottony pollen is in the air floating everywhere around. So, oh my God, my eyes are bothering, my nose, I'm coughing, my face, my head is itching everywhere. Like, ah. So I did take some medication this morning. And hopefully it'll kick in soon and then it won't bother me anymore. But man, it sucked ass and the pollen is so ridiculous right now. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, just this month we're gonna have all these React events and everything. But anyway, the tier 2 members goal for this month will be basically you guys will have another impact on what the next React event will do. I'll be doing will be. However, I'm gonna tell you this, guys, right now. Okay. Currently, I'm basically working on the final preparation for Saturday's React event, which is me reacting to the John and Howard video, okay? Just to let you guys know, it is not easy at this point for me. As I'm getting through the video, you know, more and more memories in the past are coming up. Things that rather I would have liked to leave in the past. But they brought them up. And it's actually pretty hurtful right now to me. I'm at a point in the video where I'm like, oh my God, like, geez. And now we got to get into this shit. Something that I hoped, you know, sad memories and shit. It's like, geez, man. And I got to deal with this. Because these guys just had to bring it up in the video. Even though it literally has nothing to do with anything. But you'll see come Saturday, all right? But anyway, you know, I'm going through it. And it's to the point where now, in that video, they brought up such stuff that had nothing to do with anything we ever had said or done publicly. Okay? That now I have to go back and I'm trying to remember stuff and I'm looking for not necessarily evidence, but reminders of shit and how stuff went down. And I literally, and I've never done this before, I've taken fucking notes on this video. I'm like, take a note of what's said here, take a note, look for this, look for that. Oh my God. You know, this is so stupid. You know? The funny part is people are so dumb. They're like, why are you doing this before you react? I've seen the video a bunch of times. This video is 7 years old. It's not my first time reaction to it. This is one of the dumbest things you could possibly say. You have to be a moron to say that. It's a 7-year-old fucking video. I've seen it. Everyone's seen it. How could it be an honest first time reaction? You're dummy. God, people are stupid. But anyway, that being said, man, you know, it's going to be, okay, it's going to be as much of a challenge and as much of a painful thing to get through as it's also going to feel probably relieving by the time it's done. You know what I'm saying? Because this is something that's been open, you know, 7 years. You know, a 7-year open wound, essentially. And like I said, I'm taking this way more seriously, I feel, than pretty much a lot of things that I've ever done. To the point where, like I said, I'm going back. I'm trying to remember things or dredge, not necessarily dredge up, but look for like things we said to each other, evidence of conversations that were had. You know, it's to that point. And, you know, it's harmful, but at the same time, finally getting it off my chest and finally talking about it, I feel will feel better. In a lot of cases, like I said, I do feel that looking back now, how awful I kind of treated people because I was in a mindset that a lot of people don't realize. You know what I'm saying? Hindsight's 2020. You can look back now and say, oh, this was wrong and this is wrong. In the time frame when it was happening, I didn't know any of this stuff was going down. And again, one of the major themes of what we're going to do on Saturday is transparency. And that if you ever have a problem with someone, you should just tell them. Because, again, in that video, the way things are played out or spread out isn't actually how they happened or how they were publicly discussed. And, again, I'm getting so far ahead of myself. But let me just put it this way. It's probably going to be one of the most challenging things I've ever done. In 14 years of content creation and in the 40 years of my life, it's actually going to be one of the most difficult things I've done to do this. And It's a lot of work. It's a lot of stress as I'm going through this video. You know, I'm trying to do it like a little bit every night, so that way I'm not like over stressing myself. But I've never, ever really done anything like this before in regards to like, wow, I'm taking notes to say, here's what they said and here's my take and let's combine the two and, you know, what does that say in a big picture aspect? And, oh, man. Anyway, the point I'm making here is, the reason I'm bringing it up at this point, after Saturday, I have absolutely positively no fucking desire to react to any drama shit in the near future. Like, I know that at one point we were talking about, oh, Phil, will you react to the original This Is How You Don't Play? I might one day, but I'm not fucking doing it soon. Not after Saturday. Saturday is going to be like the fucking overload for me. And I've had enough of this shit for now. Like, let's stop with this bullshit. All right? And let's just fucking focus on positive and fun stuff. You know, if you want to see me react to a documentary about other people, that's one thing. I don't have any vested interest or whatever. Or if you want to see me react to, like I said, I've been getting permission from some content creators to do different kinds of react content. You know, like I said, this true crime documentaries or supernatural event countdowns and stuff like that. That I'll do. All right? But I can't fucking sit here, you know. I can't fucking sit here and just be doing this shit constantly. It's too much, you know? So, that being said, the tier 2 reward goal for this month for members, which I don't know how many members it's going to be yet, is going to be the next React event, and there will be several options for people to pick from, of the kind of style of stuff that you want to see me do. Like, I'll give you some examples just as a preview. It may be like, okay, option number 1, react to a new video that will then work on selecting from the Down the Rabbit Hole series. Option number 2, react to a documentary that June the King did about other internet content creators. Option number 3, react to one of these supernatural countdown videos or series of supernatural countdown videos. So you guys will get to choose. You see? You guys will get to choose what you want based on criteria. And we'll talk about that coming forward. But essentially, it's going to be fun. It'll be something different and it won't be drama, okay? So I'm excited for that. I hope you guys are too. Again, hopefully this is motivation. If you're not a member or if you're someone who wants to help the channel by gifting memberships, that you would consider doing that so that we can hit these goals. Of course, the first goal is the one we got to hit first, and that's going to be for viewer's choice, which I really want to do again. Okay? Cool. All righty. Good stuff. So that's the members goal for the month. Let's talk about the schedule. Today is a continuation of WWE 2K22. I just made it to Monday Night Raw. We switched shows from SmackDown to Raw. Now, Raw is the third and final show in this mode, My Rise. So after we do a few sessions of me on Monday Night Raw, we're essentially coming to the end of the playthrough. Okay? I have no plans to switch back and forth between Raw and SmackDown. Once we go through each, like, and do the major plot lines in each, or at least get the majority through them, there you go. That's how I'm handling it. I'm not gonna have this be an endless playthrough, which I'm sure it could be. I'm sure you can play it forever, but I just want to get as far as I can with the meaningful stuff and move on. Okay. Essentially, the next major games coming out are on June 10th, so 9 days from today, which means I could probably play like 3 more sessions of this and see how far we get, and then make a judgment call. Okay. Tonight on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, we're continuing with Pac-Man Museum Plus. A game that I played over the weekend, a surprisingly good game. Like, I was shocked how fun and good it was. The goal tonight will be to basically go back and play some of the games that I've already unlocked and try to do better at them, because a lot of them I only played once or twice, not even really understanding the gameplay elements. Now we can go back and try to learn the games that do better and unlock more content in the game and more customizables and everything. It's chill fun. It's going to be good fun. I hope you'll join me tonight for that. Okay, now, someone has told me apparently this game has all kinds of problems. Like last time around when we were playing it, the game wasn't listing its achievements, although you could still earn them, which was really odd. Someone told me that, like, all of a sudden people couldn't even play the game anymore. You go to boot it, and it would be a black screen, and no one could figure out what the problem was. Hopefully we don't run into that issue tonight. If we do, apparently there's a workaround for it. I don't know. I just hope we just don't have issues and we can just play it tonight, okay? Tomorrow, the main gameplay stream will be Skyrim Anniversary Edition. Now, this is a special stream, and here's why. because we're only playing Skyrim for 2 hours or so. What's going to happen is I'm going to play Skyrim for like an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes, and then around 2:45 p.m. Pacific time, we're going to shut it down. We're going to switch over to YouTube, and I'm going to be live reacting, all right, to the State of Play press conference from Sony, which I'm sure is going to be live broadcast on YouTube. I'm going to use the YouTube app like I previously did to watch back those Down the Rabbit Hole videos and react to them. So we're going to be reacting to the Sony press conference live for the first time ever. I've never done a live react like this before. You guys have literally asked me to do a live react for like 7 years. Ever since I became a live streamer, people were like, are you ever going to do this? And I always said, nah, I don't really like it, but people want it. So after you hounding me for like 7 years, I'm finally going to do it. Okay? So that's going to be 3 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow. And then after it ends, it's only a half an hour show, I'll kind of summarize my thoughts and give you my overall opinions on it. So it'll probably end up being like an hour event where the first half hour I react live, and then after that, I kind of give you my recap and reactions of what I thought about everything after the fact. Okay? Okay. That's tomorrow's main stream, and then after that, on the late stream tomorrow night, it's the continuation of Uncharted 2. So another session of fun Uncharted 2 gameplay. Friday, it'll be WWE 2K22 again on the main stream, and the late stream will be Friday Night Fights, old school Street Fighter fun. Almost last time. There was only 3 sessions left of the 30th anniversary collection until the new game comes out later this month, okay? Thank God. Thank God we're almost there. It's like the final countdown. Everyone's waiting for this new collection to have something new to play. So I'm excited for this, and we're almost there, okay? Saturday is the big day. Saturday is DSP Reacts to the John Rambo and Howard expose about DSP. There you go. This is going to take all day long. It absolutely is, because it's going to be an event where first of all, their video alone is around 90 minutes long, but when you add in the context, meaning I'm going to be playing for you all of the videos that they're referencing in this video so you can hear it for yourself and you can make your own judgments. I'll be honest, I think some of the clips are damning as shit. Like, I watch it back, I'm like, I can't believe that I was so stupid or I was being so disrespectful to them with the way that I was handling it. Because I'll be honest, a lot of the times what I would do, okay, is I would reveal something that I had said to like John, or John had said to me, or both, that should have been a private conversation. And I would reveal that, and then I would go on to praise John. And it's like, okay, so you're revealing private information that you shouldn't have done, and then you go on to kind of be like, it's almost like being two-faced. I totally just did something I shouldn't have done, but allow me to try to show you that it's not that bad because now I'm going to praise John for 10 minutes. It was pretty fucked up. I look at it now, I'm like, Jesus, man. Like, wow. And I'm not shocked that John was upset with me at that shit. Like, wow, you know. And again, this was a different time in my life when I was a real asshole. You know, because, well, I was so stressed. Again, I'm getting ahead of myself again. But anyway, the point I'm making here is 90 minutes plus about another half hour or more of additional content added in. The video is over 2 hours long. I think this is going to take me all day to react to. I really do. So, Saturday is a marathon in this regard. We're going to actually order food to have for Feasting with the King during the show. And so, ladies and gentlemen, right now, live on the PreStream podcast, let's get the poll going for that food. Yes. Yes, let's do it. I love doing things live. So right now, I'm going to the main channel page of DSP Gaming. I'm going to my community tab. I'm clicking on create a poll. And there's going to be 3 options this time around. All right. Which cuisine should Phil eat for Saturday's edition of Feasting with the King? Good luck. You know what's funny about this too? So I said to Kat last night, I said, yeah, so Saturday, you know, we don't have to cook. We're going to order out for Feasting with the King. And she goes, again, you just did one. I was like, just did one? And I looked at the calendar. I'm like, no, actually, that was 3 weeks ago, almost a month. And she was like, wow, time flies. Yeah. Right? It seems like it was like not that long ago, but it actually was pretty long ago. You know, when I reacted to my own Down the Rabbit Hole was almost a month ago now. So anyway, so the 3 cuisine options are as follows. Vietnamese food. And I'm going to put on here pho / banh mi. Actually, I have no idea how to spell banh mi, so I'm not going to put that. But an example would be pho or banh mi sandwiches. Those are the two like big things in their cuisine, although they have others too. Number 2 will be poke bowls. If you don't know what a poke bowl is, it is a combination of usually seafood and a bunch of other ingredients that you could usually pick for yourself. A lot of veggies, rice sometimes, that kind of stuff. I've only had one ever, and the one I had I absolutely loved. So this would be cool. I could probably get 1 or 2 different kinds of poke bowls with completely different ingredients in them and try it out. Now, how do you spell Szechuan? There it is. So Szechuan Chinese, you spell it Szechuan. That is pretty tough to spell. These are 8 traditions of Chinese cuisine. This is interesting. Wow, there's a whole website about it. So here you go. If you're wondering what is Szechuan Chinese, let me tell you. Szechuan Chinese is renowned. Szechuan Chinese cuisine is renowned for its use of bold flavors like chili, garlic, and Szechuan peppers used liberally throughout the dishes. Szechuan pepper has a unique taste. It is intensely fragrant, citrusy, and it causes a numbing sensation in the mouth. Szechuan cuisine often contains food that has been preserved through pickling, salting, and drying. So, those are the 3 options. You might say, well, why Szechuan Chinese? Because we actually have a Szechuan Chinese restaurant in the area that's pretty good. That's why. So, those are our 3 options. All right, I'm going to post up the poll right now. Please begin to vote. All right, based on this poll, the direct results of this poll will determine what we order for food on Saturday morning on the PreStream podcast. And then what I'm going to do is probably 2 to 3 hours of reacting to the John Rambo and Howard video, and then take a break for dinner. And we're going to have this together, okay? We're going to do this Feasting with the King live together, okay? And then we're going to continue to react. Well, my hopes is that we can do the whole react that day. To give you some perspective, the Wings of Redemption Down the Rabbit Hole video was about 2 hours long, much like this video is that I'm going to be reacting to. That took about 5 hours, okay? So if you do the math, let's say I start the reacting between 12:31, and let's say I do from like 1 to 4, and then we take a break for dinner. And then let's say we resume around 5:30, and I go to like 7:38. I think we should get through it, okay? And again, the thing that I'm really hoping for is closure here. All right? 7 years, people asked me what I thought about what happened on that day when they released that video. 7 years, people wanted my take because I never gave my take on the situation. Every once in a while, someone would randomly ask me a question, like if I was doing a Battle Royale game or whatever over the years. And I would try to just like on the fly answer it. I know I didn't do a good job. You can't really address something like this without having it in front of you. Because unless you know exactly what was said, unless you know exactly, you know what I'm saying, with the frame of reference, then you could do it. And I never did that. So this is like, I feel like finally we can put it to bed. And once Saturday is done and this react is done, whenever someone asks me a question and says, what do you think about John and Howard? What's happened with them? Will you ever talk to them? Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to say, watch the react video. It's that simple. I'm just going to say, I did a freaking giant project on it. Any answers you want will be found there. I'm not answering that question anymore. It's that simple. Okay? All right. So, folks, that's Saturday. And then Sunday, Monday, we return back to regularly scheduled gameplay. And that's going to be, it looks like it's probably Skyrim, WWE, and the night streams are probably going to be Zelda. And I don't even know what I'll do Monday night. It could be anything. It could be Uncharted. It could be Pac-Man, whatever. Okay? Okay. All right. So there you go, guys. That's the week. I mean, what a week. We've got a first time ever, reacting to a gaming press event, but you guys have wanted for years. I'm finally going to test the waters tomorrow. I stick my toe in the water and see what it feels like tomorrow. We got the big react on Saturday. We got tons of variety of gameplay this week. We got good stuff coming up, okay? All right. Let's get to game news, because we got 2 big news stories to talk about, all right? The first story to talk about today is the big announcement, the new Pokemon game, which is coming out in November. I think it's like November 18th or something like that of this year. It's called Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And the game, basically, if you look at the gameplay elements of it, it basically kind of looks like Pokemon Legends Arceus, but with a modern take. You know, Pokemon Legends Arceus, the premise was someone from the modern world got sucked into a time warp back in time to a time and place where there weren't established cities and villages, but instead you're kind of out in the wilderness, and everyone said, you know, it was Breath of the Wild Pokemon. So this literally looks like, take that open world exploration gameplay, okay, and combine it with modern times, modern Pokemon conventions, training centers, professors, schools, gyms, you know, all the stuff you've come to expect from Pokemon up to this point, but also having the open world style gameplay. All right. Graphically, it looks like Pokemon Legends Arceus with some better shading and or detail. It's definitely the same exact anime-ish, cartoonish style with a little bit extra detail. Does it look like anything that should be on a modern console? No, it's bad. Just like every Pokemon game that we've looked at for like the past decade, it's not very good looking. It's pretty disappointing, honestly, that they're still pumping out games that don't look that good. If anything, what's happened is they now realize, and I said this with Pokemon Legends Arceus, they're probably at this point tasked with pumping out so many Pokemon games. Like, think of it, in a year's time, they had that Pokemon remaster I didn't even play that came out in like the fall. Then they had Pokemon Legends Arceus in January, and now in the same year they got a whole full-fledged new Pokemon game. If you're tasked with putting out that many games in a year, do you think you care about all the little details? Of course not. And the thing is, these games are big sellers. It's not like, oh, they're pumping out 3 Pokemon games a year, no one's buying them. It's, oh, they're pumping out 3 Pokemon games a year, and despite criticism on the internet that the games just aren't as good as other modern games, they sell in droves and they're insanely profitable, you know? So they're going to keep doing what they're doing, unless there's finally a backlash against them, and people speak with their wallets and say, all right, enough is enough. 3 Pokemon games in 1 year, you know, they're not even that good. On top of that, the graphics are shit. They need to really improve. Until people do that, there will not be a change. And I'll give you a perfect example. Take a look at what happened with Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed was so bad. There were years with 2 games at once. There were the year where the PlayStation 4 exclusive game was a piece of donkey shit. It was glitchy as fuck. It ran like shit. On the console it was specifically designed for, it ran like shit. And it really took sales, or lack thereof, and a huge decline in popularity for the series for Ubisoft to finally take a step back and say, all right, we screwed up. We're not just going to pump out an Assassin's Creed game every year anymore. We're going to wait. We're going to take our time. We're going to innovate and put new elements into it. And that's when they took time off, and then they came back a couple of years later with Assassin's Creed Origins, right? And then they started pumping them out again with Odyssey and then freaking Valhalla, and they all feel the same again. But anyway, you see the point I'm making, right? Anyway, that all being said, unless Pokemon basically gets told with less sales, stop pumping out shovelware, they will never stop. Now, personally, I don't mind what they're doing with Pokemon. Pokemon playthroughs for me are some of the chillest streams that I do, quite frankly. Okay? So, that being said, I like it. I still like the Pokemon content because I kind of know what it is. Admittedly, though, after playing Pokemon Legends Arceus, that was the one that's kind of like feeling like, oh, come on. It's like cringeworthy. It's like, dude, the game feels good for like the first 2 hours, and you realize the entire game is the same thing for like 20 hours. They didn't innovate at all. They really didn't even feel like they tried. It was just, here's our idea. Open world Pokemon. There it is. Great. How about the story? Story's kind of shitty. What about the graphics? Oh, they suck. What about, you know, original content so it doesn't feel repetitive? What are you talking about? This is Pokemon. Of course it's repetitive. See what I mean? Like, damn. They really, you know, the one premise of open world, fine, that works for a couple hours, and then the game just sizzles out. Okay? So for me, at first I liked it, and then I didn't really like it. I'm hoping taking that open world formula and applying it to a mainstream Pokemon game may work better, because you're going to have all those good conventions that you like. The gym system, the Poke Centers, you know, everything there hopefully will be good. I hope. We'll find out. Now, one thing that right now is a huge topic of discussion on the internet is the appearance of the characters in this game, because some weird stuff has happened. Okay, I'm wondering what's going on. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to show you something. This is one of the professors in Pokemon Legends Arceus. And as you can see, immediately, once this picture of the professor was in the trailer for the... Excuse me, not Pokemon Legends Arceus. Boy, let's try this again. This is one of the professors for Pokemon Violet and Scarlet, okay? I didn't mean Pokemon Legends Arceus. My fault. And so, as you can see immediately, once people saw the video of this character, this is supposed to be one of the new professors, they started reacting and saying, dude, he looks like the Giga Chad meme. Like, it looks just like the fucking guy. It's not even like a small resemblance. He's got the same chiseled jaw, the same beard, the same fucking douchey hairstyle. He's the fucking Giga Chad. Right? And it's not just him. You know, it's like a bunch of the characters in the game. It's like they went out of their way to make them like, I don't know, like hip, young hipster-looking people. You know, like attractive, which is really stupid in my opinion. It's fucking Pokemon. The game is supposed to be for like kids. You play a child in the game. You're like a young teen, if that, running around catching in Pokemon. Why is this in it? And now guess what happens, right? Guess what happens? I said Giga. It's Giga Chad, isn't it? Giga. I always say Giga. I always say it in Pokemon too. Remember I say Giga Evolution or Giga whatever? Isn't it Giga? So Giga Chad or whatever. But anyway, that being said, now I'm trying to look up news about the game, and most of the shit I'm finding is like, oh, I'm so thirsty for the characters in Pokemon. What the fuck? It's fucking Pokemon. What is going on? Why are we thirsting over fucking professors in Pokemon? What is your problem? But I guess the question is, what is the Pokemon company's problem? That's supposed to be a professor. That's supposed to be an authority in the world of Pokemon. This is supposed to be someone who's like, has tons of experience, you know, well-versed, teaching all the young trainers how to do their thing. This looks like the fucking guy who makes you your fucking caramel macchiato at Starbucks, right? Look at him. What the fuck is that? That looks like the villain from Watch Dogs 2. Right? Like, who is that? Why is he in the game? Anyway, I think you see the point I'm making. It seems like they're going to a really weird way. Starboy says, my theory is, maybe they're trying to teach kids that cool people can do nerdy professions too. Oh my God. I don't know. To me, it's weird. You know? It's weird. It is. It's weird that they're going this way. Why? I don't want characters now. Pokemon has been like, you can play it and you can just enjoy it. You don't have to worry about like stupid shit. And now, you know, Pokemon now, are we going to have a sexualized Pokemon? Oh, come on, man. Now, by the way, I know it exists on the internet. I'm not stupid. What's that rule? What's the rule? Rule 40-something or whatever, that no matter what on the internet, idiots are going to make disgusting stuff about it, right? But, I mean, this is ridiculous. Does that really look like a fucking professor who's supposed to be teaching you shit about Pokemon, right? Like, come on. It's supposed to be like a fucking model. These are going to be the characters in the game. Anyway... Oh, it's Rule 34? See, I don't even know. It's Rule 34, apparently. Okay. Anyway, that's coming out in November. The other game that to talk about this morning, I don't have anything to show you of it because it literally like just released a couple hours ago, and it all is like a video clip on IGN. Sonic Frontiers, the new Sonic the Hedgehog game, apparently, from what we're to understand, is coming out this year, but it has no release date. And we're actually wondering if and when we're going to get more concrete date release on the date, or excuse me, concrete info on the release date. But we saw our first footage of the game today. And essentially the best way I can describe it to you guys, and I hate to do this because everyone's going to slap their foreheads and everyone's going to say, oh no, it's another reference. It's Sonic Breath of the Wild. Oh, I hate Breath of the Wild references, but it's open world. It's got that kind of outdoorsy graphics, okay? Yes, as you wander through the world, you're going to come across some enemies, but you're also going to come across a lot of traversal. You're going to come across puzzles. You're going to be solving them to get rewards. You're going to be climbing giant towers. At the top, there's an item you need. It's that open world RPG-esque style gameplay, but with Sonic. So there'll be ramps to climb. There'll be platforming challenges. You'll be riding on rails. You'll be running up walls at maximum speed. All that stuff will be a part of the game, so it'll feel like Sonic in an open world. Or at least that's what they're showing. Because there's like it's a 7-minute clip, and I watched the whole thing. They didn't show any boss fights. They didn't show any story. They didn't show any dungeons. And that's the interesting thing. Like, usually Sonic games have these instances or dungeons, and oh, this is the lava stage where you're going to run on tracks and do platforming and fight enemies, and there's lava you have to dodge and stuff like that. Oh, you know, this is the ice world. Now you're outdoors in a winter setting, and there's, you know, tanks maybe coming at you, and you got to dodge ice or ice challenges and stuff. There's nothing like that. It was just open world exploration. That's all it showed for the 7 minutes of gameplay. And by the way, we absolutely should emphasize here that it doesn't look like a complete game at all. It looks like it's in its early stages, at least the footage they're showing. So maybe they purposely are showing earlier footage, maybe not, I don't know. But there's tons of pop-in this video. You know, Sonic will be running, all of a sudden things appear above him on the fly, like, whoa, crazy pop-in, right? So, am I interested in the game? Yes. First of all, I'm interested in any new Sonic game. We actually have a new Sonic game this month, Sonic Origins, coming out from the makers of Sonic Mania. That's probably going to be really good, and I'm excited for that. But we haven't had a mainstream big new Sonic game since, what was it, Sonic Forces? Many years ago, and that one was a ginormous flop. Humongous flop. We need Sonic back, man. In a big way, too. Not just, oh, another retro collection or another throwback game. We need Sonic back in a real good game that's prominent. And we haven't had one in a very long time, and that's very disappointing. You know? I hope, seriously, I hope that this Sonic Frontiers game ends up being good. I want it to be good. I want to play Sonic again and enjoy it, and have people coming to watch me play fun Sonic games and enjoying Sonic again. How is it that Sonic the Hedgehog is the most successful video game movie franchise in history? Two, not one, two giant mainstream hit movies. He is at his height of prominence in pop culture outside of the 1990s when he was the mascot for the Sega Genesis. Now he's the most popular he's ever been, and we don't have a good game for him? We have nothing. He's a fucking video game character. His movies are about him coming from a video game style world to the real world, yet we don't have a game to play. How did they not notice that this was going to be an issue, right? Anyway, I hope this game is good. And by the way, so the weirdest thing, so this gameplay preview, okay, was presented exclusively by IGN. I think you guys, anyone who's followed me over the years, knows my opinions on IGN over the years. I'm of the opinion, and I will just reiterate it here quickly, we don't need mainstream media anymore. We don't need IGN. We don't need GameSpot. We don't need any of these giant media conglomerates to advertise, and I mean that too, advertise games. All right? We have more than enough independent opinions, content creators, and journalists. We have enough of this, all right, to properly cover this kind of stuff. And they're way more trustworthy than these outlets. These major outlets to these days, they're just not trustworthy at all. I've shown you guys insane amounts at this point of concrete evidence that these places do not know how to review games. They don't know how to scale their reviews together. How is it that you can have one review that says, this game is full of flaws, here they all are, by the way, it's a 10 out of 10. And then you can have another review that says, this game actually is pretty good. Oh, well, 7 out of 10. Where's the scaling? You're supposed to have an editor in charge of your business. You're supposed to be reputable journalists. And someone is supposed to sit down and say, based on what you said in your review, it should be this number score, not this number score. But they don't do that. And every time that they get called out for it, they just say, well, it's just an opinion. Opinion isn't fact, so I can say whatever I want, which is false. You're supposed to have journalistic integrity. I hate these fucking mainstream gaming websites. I hate them. I feel like they're a bunch of fluff. They're a bunch of unprofessional people who never, ever own up to their mistakes. They're never held accountable for bad reporting and bad reviews. And they just, in essence, today they hurt more than they help. Because we have enough people out there telling truth about games that we don't need these companies anymore. At one point, when there weren't a million independent content creators and there wasn't all these other avenues to get realistic takes on games, we absolutely needed them. We don't need them anymore. They're dinosaurs. They're as bad as print media magazines. Who the fuck needs that? I don't need IGN for anything. If IGN, GameSpot, and all these mainstream sites disappeared overnight, what would exactly be the loss? Think about this. Would gaming come to a screeching halt? No. In fact, life would probably be better. So why do we need them? Right? So it's funny because they're basically saying, oh, IGN will be the exclusive avenue through which all the information about Sonic Frontiers will be disseminated to the internet in the next month. Now think about this for a minute. Why? Why would only IGN have this agreement with the makers of Sonic Frontier that they're going to be the avenue by which all of this information gets put on the internet? I want you to think about that. Right? Seriously. Can we get any answers on this? Why? It doesn't even make sense. What's the difference between Sega putting the gameplay out or IGN? Is there any benefit? All right. So the truth of the matter is, this has got to be some kind of a behind-the-scenes agreement. Is IGN getting paid to do this? Did IGN pay for it? Like, what is it? I don't know, but it's bullshit. I don't want all month. I don't want to have to listen to IGN talking heads talking about Sonic Frontiers. I just want to see footage of Sonic Frontiers. You understand? I don't want them involved in the process. I just want the information to be put out there so that we can judge for ourselves. I don't need to have it through a fucking filter of IGN. Especially because I don't trust fucking IGN. I don't think they do a good job at all. So, I saw this morning, like, oh, IGN exclusive, and you can tune into IGN all month long for all exclusive information about Sonic Frontiers that will be slowly feeding to you on like a daily basis. Why? Fuck you. If the information's there, just put it out now. You're going to make us wait all month so each day you can do a little morsel of information on your site. Why? Clickbait, traffic, they're benefiting from it. IGN is going to get so much attention out of this month just because of Sonic Frontiers. That's bullshit. They don't deserve it. What the fuck did they do to be the exclusive place, right, to have this information? I don't ever want to click on an IGN video. I don't ever want to click on their fucking site. Now I'm going to have to because I want information about Sonic Frontiers. Do you see what I mean? It's a fucking scam. I'm tired of this shit. I'm very tired of this shit. Shame, I have to say this, shame on the makers of Sonic Frontiers / Sega for making this ridiculous decision. They could have easily just put the information out themselves. They didn't have to have IGN in the mix. I don't want to have to deal with a site that I don't like to learn about information about a game that I am interested in. It's bullshit. You should have the ability to have third-party coverage. Why are they getting the information first and then everyone has to cover what they've already said? No, bullshit. I don't like this at all. And this shit has to stop. Anyway, I'm excited for Sonic Frontiers. It's a good premise. Of course, this early footage doesn't look good. It looks kind of unfinished and really early. So I'm hoping that that's the case. It's an early build and that they're working on it. Maybe, whatever they come up with will be much better. The premise makes sense on paper from the 7 minutes of gameplay, but I just hope it's not all open world. I mean, I hope that there's actual, like traditional Sonic stages along with this open world. If it's just open world, here we go again. It's another Breath of the Wild. It's another fucking Elden Ring, right? And it's just kind of the same situation. Take an existing formula, put it into an open world. Oh, it's a new game. No, it's not. All you do is make your game open world like everyone else did. I hope there's other elements to it, you know? Okay. That's the gaming news that I had to talk about today. So now we're going to move on to shout-outs. All right? So on the YouTube side of things, excuse me, the first contribution today was from Only Iced Coffee, who did a $10 super chat. My screen won't load. He did a $10 super chat. I'm not going to lie, I decided to move out here to Bahrain. I can fill up my Toyota Camry for approximately $20. I don't have to worry about getting shot at by crazy people. The only downside is the heat and dust. You guys can take that as you will. I don't talk to this guy about this stuff. I don't know why he's revealing that if he's moved to Bahrain or if this is some kind of an attempt at a joke or who knows. I have no idea. It's the first I've heard of it too. Thanks for the super chat. Mango Jewel Pods did a $5 super chat. He says, Phil, do a co-op playthrough of Pokemon Scarlet with me and 2 other regulars. Well, I appreciate the offer, and I'm going to think about this for a while. I'm going to try to weigh and balance the pros and negatives of doing such a thing, and I'll get back to you in a timely manner. No! I'm not going to play with you. But thank you for the super chat. There we go. Okay. King has re-upped his membership for 7 months. Thank you very much. He says, hi, Phil. What's going on, King? Thank you so much for 7 months of support here on DSP Gaming. I appreciate it. Okay. Now, we get to tips. And our first tip of the day was from Big Papa Pump. It was a $1.50 tip earlier. He says, the Johnny Depp verdict will be streamed at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Do you plan to react to it? Have a great day. Well, we've already passed that. And no one in the chat seems to be talking about it. So why do I get the feeling that it didn't happen, right? Because I know for a fact if there was a verdict, everyone would have been screaming about it in chat, and no one is. So why do I get the feeling that this was bullshit and it didn't happen? Which I'm not shocked at, right? It's delayed. You guys fall for it, man. You guys buy it. Look, hook, line, and sinker every time. Did you really think that they were gonna fucking have that come out today? They're going to keep pulling everyone along for maximum press. You know how much money people are making on this trial right now? Come on. You guys are ridiculous. Anyway, I knew it. Big Papa pumped it another $1.50. He says, seeing 532 members is awesome. It reminds me of your Twitch days. We're getting back up there. The growth has been awesome. If you take a look at my Twitch presence in its early days of me being a full-time streamer in like 2017, 2018, it's actually kind of equivalent to what's happening right now on YouTube. It is. Like, the amount of members is almost in line with what I had back then, which is my first like year of Twitch streaming. And like I said, now that there's gifted memberships, I feel like it's going to grow. Now, is it going to grow like Twitch? I don't think so. Here's why. Gifted memberships are different. Gifted memberships are actually more challenging. People have to enable the ability to accept the gifted membership. You can't just drop a 100 membership bomb on the chat. It just doesn't work that way. Okay? But that being said, eventually, I think we will get back to the Twitch numbers. It's just going to take a long time. It's a slow growth process. And, you know, the gifted memberships are the first step towards that. Okay? Snow Carl, to $1.50. He said, I think you've done a great job of preventing a new Tut-like situation in regards to chat. Do you think some people think that they can make the stream all about them because they're contributing? And if so, how do you deal with it? You know, I haven't really seen that often recently. I will definitely admit that in the past, we had situations like that. There'd be someone coming by, and they contribute in a big way, okay? And by the way, you know, the Tut situation is obviously the worst of that, where someone came to the streams for a series of 3 to 4 months. Oh, every stream I'm going to come, I'm going to drop cheers, I'm going to drop tips, I'm going to do memberships, and then I'm going to continue to, like, dominate the chat, and everyone's going to care about me and what I'm talking about, and I'm going to make requests of Phil to do this and that. You know what I mean? That was the worst. Every once in a while, are there people who kind of come to the stream and then they start contributing and then they make it all about themselves? It's happened, but you know what? It's not often. I think what it is people kind of saw that Tut situation unfold the way it did many years ago. What was that, 3-4 years ago now? and they realized that, you know, how bad that was, and that I'm not going to let that shit happen again, right? Listen. I'm grateful for every single contribution I get, except for the troll ones. Okay? Here's what I mean by that. People contribute in all different ways. They like my videos. They leave comments on my videos. They like my streams. Okay? They share them with other people to watch, which I appreciate. They become a channel member. They gift memberships. They do super chats. They do super stickers. They do super thanks on the on-demand videos. They tip me. They pledge to my Patreon. In fact, today is the day once a month when the Patreon pledges actually come through. All right? And there's very few people who do it. There's still, I'd say, probably about between 50 to 100 people who still pledge to my Patreon. And these are the long-standing members, people who want to support my content, you know, behind the scenes. They don't care about getting any kind of a public recognition for it. They just like what I do, and it's a good ongoing way to do it, right? I get all this support from various different ways, okay? And I really do appreciate anyone who supports in any way, okay? And I feel like it's kind of a reciprocation. When you support me, you're saying, Phil, thank you for the free content. I enjoy it. I appreciate it. I like it. I want to see you keep making more. Here's how I'm going to help you to do that. In which case, when I accept any kind of a contribution like that, I'm saying to you, you're welcome. And please keep enjoying. By the way, thank you for reciprocating the goodness of everything that we have here, right? You like the good content. You're saying thank you by contributing. I say you're welcome and thank you for your contribution. Now I will pledge to continue to pump out said good content and innovate and listen to your feedback and all these things, okay? However, understand that this is not a transactional relationship. What does that mean? It means that some people think that because they're spending money on the internet on something, that now they're owed something as a direct purchase. That is not the case with me and my content. Maybe it is the case with other content creators. I wouldn't know. But that's never been the case with me and my content. Essentially, you already have received the content from me for free. You like it, and now it's essentially you're saying, hey, this is the same as if you went to a restaurant, right? And the bill is the cost for the food. Oh, I liked the food. But also you're going to say, I'm going to tip for the service. That's essentially what you're doing here. You already got the content for free. There was no bill for the content. You got it for free. But you're saying, well, I liked the service. I liked the fact that I was provided this content in this manner, and that Phil is someone who interacts with us and listens to us, and he does this and that I like. So I'm going to reciprocate, and here's the tip for doing whatever you did that's good, right? So when you contribute, that's how I see it, right? And so now I got to commit to do better for you. Right? A waiter doesn't provide you with great service, receive a tip, and say, oh, well, now fuck this. I'll just act like an asshole forever because I got a $20 tip or whatever, right? No, they're going to continue to provide the good service to their customers in the hopes of it's a reciprocating relationship, right? But you didn't buy anything with your support, right? And I think some people, sadly, that's how they see it. They see it as, I gave you something and I purchased something and now I want back, right? So there's been cases, King Tut was definitely one of them, where, oh, I'm going to support Phil, but now I'm going to make demands of him. He better directly do this and this and this as a result of me supporting it. But when was there ever that agreement? When was that said? You know what really irks me? And I'll be honest, this is a pet peeve of mine. Someone will like send a tip without ever having talked to me about it before. And then they'll say, oh, I'm sending you this money to specifically spend it on this and this and this. Wait a minute. When did we even talk about that? Right? I didn't agree to that. You're essentially, when you're sending me a contribution like that, you're forcing me into some kind of an unspoken contract that no one agreed to. And I hate that shit. You know, like, that's not the purpose of a contribution to support my kind of content. You see? It's supposed to be, oh, thank you already for the free content you've already given me. And now this is my way of tipping you and saying, hey, please continue to do it. Okay? There you go. So that being said, I think that in a situation like King Tut or others, that's what happened. It was someone who thought they could buy and control stuff. Like, buy my time, buy my content. That's not how it works. All right? So please understand that. And I appreciate every single piece of support that I get anyway. Really. But that's not what it's all about. So you're not buying my time. You're not buying content from me. You know, there's no demands of me. And I'll give you a different situation that's nice. So behind the scenes, someone recently contacted me and said, I'd like to see you play both versions of the upcoming Capcom Fighting Collection, both on Xbox and PlayStation. If I send you the funds for one, would you do that? To which I responded, yeah, that's a fair situation. That's something that I would go for. That makes sense. You send me the funds to buy one. I was already going to buy the other. So yeah, okay, I'll do that then. And we agreed to it. It was, okay, awesome. And there we go. We talked to it ahead of time. I agreed to it. Now it makes sense. Now, I just send Phil some funds and demand that he uses them for this thing. That's not what it's supposed to be, right? Okay. Nathan, what you just said is fucked up, and I'm going to time you out now. If you ever say something like that ever again, I'm just going to outright ban you. Okay. All right, continuing on. Big Papa pumped at the $1.15 said, if Saturday's video is that stressful for you, do something else. You don't need to have all that extra stress. Life is hard. We like to see you happy. Oh, listen. I know. And the thing is, as stressful as it's going to be and as painful as it's going to be, at least I'm going to get it out of the way. It's going to be done with. You know what I'm saying? And then we can move on positively. And not have to worry about it anymore. And like I said, if anyone ever asks me the question about, what do you think about John Rambo and Howard? Watch the React. We're done with that. We've addressed it now finally. Because I haven't. I have not addressed it. It's time to address it and try to get it out of the way. All right? And like I said, after this, I want a break. I want a break from any kind of drama content. You're not going to see, I'm not reacting to this is how you don't play and other shit. It's going to be, I'll still do React style stuff, but it's going to be non-drama shit for a bit. Okay? Okay. Big Daddy tipped me $4.20. Says, why are you watching the video in advance before you react? Your reactions won't be generous. I literally, in this podcast, already answered that. And apparently you weren't paying any attention. I've seen the video already. The video is 7 years old. Of course I've seen it. Right? People were spamming it to me the moment it was created. People have referenced the video a million times over the years. Like, what you're saying is nonsensical. There's no way I could possibly have not ever had known anything about this video before watching it. It's ridiculous. People voted for it because they know that it's been out there for 7 years, and I've never publicly addressed it, and that's why they voted for it, right? That's one of the silliest things you can say. You can't... That would be like saying, how can I say it? I'm trying to make a good comparison here. Like, let's say there's a trial for a big celebrity. How on earth can you be on the jury as an objective jury person if everyone knows who that celebrity is? You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand this too. When I do this video on Saturday, this is going to be my subjective take. This is not an objective take. It's a subjective take. Okay? It's my perspective on it. There's no way that I could be objective and watch this for the first time. It's been out there for how many years? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Why aren't you doing a first-time reaction? Because my first-time reaction was 7 years ago when the video came out. Snow crawled to the $1.50 and says, do you think, as with charitable contributions, contributing to a streamer should be done anonymously and maybe even, wait. He said it twice. He says, should it preferably be anonymously and maybe even anonymous? You just said anonymous and anonymous twice. I don't even understand the difference. Listen, it's your choice. When you contribute to my streams, first of all, to clarify, it's not a charitable contribution. This is a for-profit business. Always has been. I always presented myself as such, right? I never said this is for, some kind of a charity situation. Nothing. It's never like that, okay? So you have to understand that up front, all right? That's both for legal purposes and for otherwise, all right? Now, I've always said it's in your realm of determination to determine if you want to get a shout out or not on my streams. There are a lot of people who contribute and they say anonymous. And I'm just as grateful for those contributions as anybody else's. There's some people who feel they want a shout out. Or they're okay with the fact that maybe if they get that public recognition, they may get some online harassment as a result of it. All right? I certainly don't want that to happen. And I don't condone it, nor do I think it should ever happen, but it happens. Whenever someone gets into the limelight, whether it be for 5 minutes or 5 years, because of supporting someone, they could get harassed. Okay? And I think that hopefully over time things like that will change, but I don't know if they ever will. Because it's certainly not just here on my streams. It's a lot of content creators where the supporters will get harassed online. All right? But that's why the whole anonymous avenue exists. Tip me anonymously, right? If you're so afraid that someone's going to harass you online, which I don't blame you if you've seen other people get harassed and stuff, then don't do a super chat or whatever. Tip anonymously. Just say anonymous. And no one will know it's you and no one can do anything, right? It's that simple. And I'm happy to have that option for people, although it's sad that we kind of have to do it. Really, it is. It's sad that we're in a situation where people are such assholes that they want to harass people who support someone online. Like, fuck off. What's wrong with you? What's your problem? But that's the reality of life, right? So, it is what it is. And, there you go. All right, guys. We have basically run out of time. Thank you so much for a good pre-stream podcast so far. What I'm going to do is end the pre-stream, take a brief break, to use the restroom, and we're going to jump into WWE. In fact, what I'm going to do right now is turn on my air conditioner because I've had it off this whole time. But now, it's actually getting quite warm in here. And I want to try to cool it down, also get some of the humidity out of here. So, okay. Ladies and gents, let's end the pre-stream and let's get started. Sound good? All right. Thank you all. Awesome.